To block any future calls of this nature, dial 7 now. To decline this call, hang up.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
What you doing?
Well, I just woke up, but I sent all those emails off you requested yesterday to Dale Hunt and Malcolm, and you mentioned one other person.
Okay. The only person I haven't been able to reach so far is James McCormick. I've got a commitment out of the other three. I was trying to get a hold of James McCormick, and then after that, I just wanted one more show committed. Wells would be good, or just any of them. See, here's the point. I want it to succeed. I want to make enough money coming in to actually build. In other words, let's say John Lamb's show is small, and he only raises 1,000, and Wells' show raises 10,000. Then I would build one for Lamb too. In other words, I'm kind of like being a socialist here. I want to make sure we get enough to succeed on the scale that I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Anyway, I could not call an 800 number. I sent you an email. I can't call those nice people at Metglass.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. Well, I've sent them an email.
Yeah,
I copied you on the email that I sent them, and I'm waiting for a response. So I did everything I can do.
Okay. Yeah, I just everybody has a base number that the 800 number is attached to. I just need the number that the 800 number goes to.
Well, yeah, I told you I talked to them, and they said to send an email, and I did, and I've got to wait for a response because, you know, all I can do is ask, and I have. So.
Okay, you gave me the 800 number, but.
Yeah, but I copied you on the email that I sent them too. Did you see the email that I sent to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked good. Sorry to wake you up though.
Okay.
It's 11 o'clock here.
Yep.
I figured you'd be awake.
Yep.
That's all I had. I was just gonna. I appreciate you. I'm gonna keep trying to reach Mr. McCormick.
What about the Dallas? What about the Dallas Machine Shop?
They didn't answer yet. I'll try in a little bit. I guess I got the number still.
Okay, my wife texted James McCormick and let him know that you're trying to reach him, but we haven't heard from him, so I don't know if he's seeing these texts or not.
Yes.
Oh, he is seeing them, according to Aaron.
It's a lot of work trying to get ready to get this going, and
well, help me understand this crowdfund. Are you crowdfundraising off sending off free samples of copper water, or are you crowdfunding on promises of building the motor? I mean, what's the
what we're doing is we're asking for $1 to build the first big prototype, and any radio station that like the ones that I talked to already, if they raise enough money to build a medium-sized one, we're going to actually build them one.
Yeah.
You know, what I want to do is do something to where they get money continuously, and we can have a relationship, and then we can, you know, it's just a good plan, you know.
Yeah. Give me just a second, and James McCormick may reply. We'll see.
Oh, because Wiley says, I don't want any money. I says, well, you're going to take some. If you put this on the show and a bunch of people send $1 in, we're going to pay you a commission because we want to support your ministry.
Here he said, James McCormick said, I'm in a meeting. I'll be out at 6. So I guess he means, I don't even know what time zone he's in. Do you know what time zone? Whatever time zone he's in, he said he'll be out at 6.
That might be 6 tonight. It's already 11 o'clock now.
Yeah, I know. So you'll have to call him in the afternoon, I guess. In the evening, in the evening.
That sounds like a long meeting. It's going to go on.
Yeah, it does, don't it? Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we already have 3 shows, and that might be enough. That might be enough to do what we're trying to do and move forward.
I hope so, man.
You know, a guy says he's going to start doing more, but, you know, we can't depend on anybody, really. We just have to, whoever moves forward the fastest, that's where we're going to go, I guess. We're just going to work with those that do what they're told.
Yeah.
make sure that people. I don't know what else to do. I mean, when people do what you're asking them to do, then you can give them the money to do it. But if they're going off in a different direction, that thing that Jeremiah built, it's nice. You know, it's just not what I wanted built. You know.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, did you see the list?
I really want these samples because I wanted these samples.
Yeah.
You know, just on the copper because I wanted to send out like literally 50,000 samples. But Chan, you know, he's got the price to 63 for a 4-ounce bottle, and Guy hasn't really said I'll have it next Tuesday. So I was just trying to do something that I know will work, that's productive, you know. And,
did you get the email I sent you about the list of copper chloride from Spectrum Chemical?
Yeah, those prices were so ridiculously high. I mean, you would think that copper being $4 or $5 a pound, you would think that. I think that's the price. You would think that if you doubled the price, you should be able to buy it in bulk for, you know, like $10 a pound. But I sent you back an email. I just can't believe those prices. And they're selling that stuff like it's some kind of rare drug or something.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is working with Chan, we actually answered some of my questions. Chan put copper metal that he got from the junkyard. He walked.
This call is from a federal prison.
Put it in nitric acid, and he boiled it in the crock pot. And he took the lid off, and he boiled it dry. So it was like dry copper nitrate. Then he added hydrochloric acid, and it redissolved. Then he put a little bit of zinc and calcium in there to get rid of the nitrates and to get rid of the chlorides. And then he ozonated it. And it worked. He actually made a nice batch without spending that much money.
And I would love to do that, so I don't have to. I would love to do that, so I don't have to depend upon Dennis or anybody else, because I think there are people who would take your copper water, but I need to develop the skills to make it myself. You know.
Well, that's why when I was working, do it. I just wanted to know if it could be done. I'm very surprised. I still, the cure that we're saying it is without doing anything except for buying it in bulk. And I had the idea of ozonating the powder in an ozone barrel, you know, keeping it powder and then pressing the pills for going to Europe. If we could press the pills the size of a one-a-day vitamin, and maybe it takes one of those to cure AIDS, and then ship all those to Africa. In part 2 of my crowdfunding thing, that's why I've been trying to reach B, but he won't answer the phone ever. But I thought if we could raise, we don't need much. If regular calcium chloride would work, and we can buy it in bulk for $10 a pound.
You said calcium chloride. You said calcium chloride. You mean copper chloride?
I meant copper. Yeah. $2,000 or $3,000 would buy enough copper chloride if we bought it in bulk and got a price on it to actually remove AIDS from the whole African continent. Well, we're not talking a lot of money here. In other words, I'm thinking of how to get this mission done on a massive scale. But It doesn't take much copper to cure a person. A pound would probably cure 1,000 people. So, you know, a pound makes a lot of copper water. So this is just my thinking, you know, is there's got to be somebody that would sell that copper chloride for a reasonable price. You know?
Well, you saw the prices I sent you from Spectrum Chemical, so you're aware of that. Also, I've been looking up hexanitride magnets, and I haven't found a thing. I mean, there is nothing on the internet about hexanitride magnet that I can find.
Yeah, see, Bob Sandberg had that information, and he died. I could ask Jeremiah about it.
Well, next time you talk to him, you might mention it. But the internet does not even recognize that hexanitride magnets exist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got an email from Bob Sandberg saying they're building a factory. He didn't say where. He said that they're building a factory, and in 6 months it'll be available. And that was like a year and a half ago. And on those rotors that we're trying to get built, you have to fill the whole, you know, in between the sandwich of those things, you have to put like, the whole area has to be filled with neodymium. And so if those hexanitrates were 10 times more expensive, they would still be cheaper than trying to fill that whole area. So I really, really would like to find this. So I'll ask Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just amazing that right now, the first time in history, that we have magnets that are a million inch. Up till now, nobody's ever seen any such thing. You know, back when Nikola Tesla was alive, I think the strongest magnet was like 300 Gausses. And the neodymium are 12,800 per square centimeter. And now we're up over 1 million if we can find these. You see, so all these inventions that Nikola Tesla already built that did not work, they weren't practical, I'll say it that way, because he actually did make a perpetual motion motor actually run. He called it a unipole motor, and it had a unipole rotor. And I have Tesla's original drawings on this, and using the permanent magnets. Now see, if I had Tesla's book that showed all of his patents, which I don't have, that'd be something I'd really like to see. Might be kind of pricey though, but anyway, if I had that, I would go through that book and
This call is from a federal prison.
see how many patents could be updated with these new magnets. Just, you know, see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is a lot of people, since Tesla died, have not re-looked at the technology in lieu of the new technology. So that's amazing, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Also, I wanted to let you know I called the professor and I had a conversation with him, and I sent him your webpage so he could learn more about you and your situation.
That sounds really good. So I'll keep trying to reach McCormick all day, and if you could maybe try Wells' office and see if they have any interest. If you do reach any, like Jim over there, tell him. I put him in my email, but he didn't answer. If you do reach Jim Williams over there, if he's still interested in the copper water, I'll push somebody to get some ready for free samples. But I wrote this I thought maybe we could offer Mr. Wells a GALT magneto installed to pay for his airtime. See what I'm saying? That's kind of what I want to do.
You said you sent me an email that you wrote to Sean Hannity that I could send out to everybody, and I have not received it yet. And I've already sent Mr. Wells an email, and he has not responded, but that doesn't surprise me because it's only been a day, and he's a very busy man, you know.
Yeah, the email was to Hannity. I just figured you could change Hannity's name to Beck, and change Hannity's name to Mark Levin.
Yeah.
Another person that I'd like to reach would take me a minute to email it over, is Clyde Lewis over at Ground Zero. I know Clyde. I've been on his show before. And he has a little talk show. It's quite nice. It's kind of like Coast to Coast. It comes on right before Coast to Coast, you know?
Yeah.
And we just need one. When we launch this thing in a week or two, I would just like enough to flow in that we actually can. I figure we'll go ahead and build 4 or 5 of them. We'll build one for Wells, you know, and one. I'm game to get this done.
When's the last time you talked to Clyde Lewis at Ground Zero?
Before I got arrested. It's been 16 years ago. I was on his show.
All right. Well, I'm going to take that email. Your email to Sean Hannity has not come in yet. Once that comes in, I'm going to send it to Clyde Lewis.
You know what would be interesting about Clyde Lewis is you could send him the letter I wrote about Wells. Clyde Lewis doesn't like George Norrie either. Also, you know.
Yeah.
I like Clyde. He's ex-Mormon, but he's a Christian, right? He was 300 pounds. He was very, very overweight, and he had cancer. He was terminally ill, and he barely survived. So we really have some things to talk about, you know. If you could call Clyde Lewis's office, he would be interested in the cancer. And these people are always putting Joe Wallach on their show, you know. Joe Wallach is a monster who sells garbage. When I had this booth, and I after Wallach packed his bags and fled the building. I'm not making this up. He fled.
Yeah.
Wallach does not want. Wallach hates my guts. I don't care if you say so.
Yeah. Well, when you get more time, I'd like to talk to you more about that. But do you think he does any good?
No, his product's garbage, and he's a con man.
All right.
Joe Wallach.
Okay. We're gonna run out of time.
Anyway, that's my real opinion of him.
I know.